CherryPharm has developed a unique all-natural juice based on the natural anti-inflammatory properties found in tart cherries.
I'm Jennifer Wester. I'm part of the U.S. figure skating team and have been for the past 4 years now. My partner and I are going into our 6th season together and proudly representing the U.S. internationally.
Ice dancing may seem effortless on the surface, but don't be fooled by appearances.
Everything from sore muscles to broken bones, torn ligaments, flamed joints, torn tendons and tissue. I think we see just about every injury. I had a very severe knee injury that was misdiagnosed. It ended up being a broken kneecap that I was still skating on. And by the time we found out that it was broken, the only option was surgery. I immediately reached for the cherry juice, and I've been happily off of anti-inflammatories ever since.
As soon as she started drinking the CherryPharm, I was expecting her to get a good result. Originally was born in Russia, so that wasn't the magic for me. I knew what tart cherries do.
Clinical studies at world-renowned hospitals and universities have been showing remarkable efficacy of this new juice in a variety of conditions.
Not too much longer, this is a good test.
Dr. Malachi McHugh is the Director of Research at the Nicholas Institute of Sports Medicine and Athletic Trauma at Lenox Hill Hospital in New York City.
Our research has progressed along a series of different areas. We just completed a study on marathon runners running the London Marathon. We looked at C-reactive protein, interleukin-6 and uric acid. And all three of these inflammatory markers were significantly reduced after the race for subjects that were on CherryPharm versus placebo.
My name's Alex Morosky McDonald. I went to medical school at University of Vermont, graduated in May of 2008, and now I'm racing as a professional long course triathlete. I usually drink a natural juice just for breakfast, and then I'll have one of the protein CherryPharms in the evening after my second workout of the day. I'm not as sore the next day, and it's one of those things I didn't really realize it until I stopped using it for a few days.
CherryPharm worked with Cornell University to develop a unique juice extraction and pouring technique that would protect the potent but fragile cherry compounds. Dr. Olga Padilla-Zakor is a professor of food science at Cornell and director of the New York State Food Venture Center.
Cherries are very high in phenolic compounds, specifically anthocyanins, which have been associated with anti-inflammatory properties and also very potent antioxidant properties.
The most important aspect of any endurance sport is what my coach and I like to refer to as repeatability. Being able to get there day after day consistently and train at a steady to moderate intensity. CherryPharm allows me to push myself farther on a daily basis to achieve success, and we'll see how far I can go.
I'm the tennis and squash coach at Trinity College. We have the longest winning streak of any sport in any college in history.
Squash is a physically demanding sport that requires a unique combination of endurance, speed, and agility. Conditioning and recovery from rigorous training and competition are critical components to success.
We're constantly working to improve their diet, their hydration, their rest, their recovery. And CherryPharm has been a big piece of that here for the last few years. There's no doubt about it. The boys feel better.
Reggie Schonborn is from South Africa and is one of the top-ranked squash players in the world.
I know it's CherryPharm when I go to tournaments. I get to day 2, day 3, the third round of a tournament, and feel pretty much as strong as when I arrived. That was when I realized, no, this is the real deal, this is really helping me out.
But is CherryPharm just for elite athletes? How about athletes of all ages?
My name is Nan Demuth, and I'm 80 years old. What can I say? After a week, I observed that my stamina was a little bit better. So instead of chipping and putting, I was playing golf.
Elizabeth McDonald is my name. I used to play tennis, and afterward I'd be pretty well licked. But now I can go home, do gardening, whatever.
Dr. Declan Connolly is a professor of physiology at the University of Vermont and director of the Human Performance Lab.
It doesn't matter whether it's because you garden or because you walk or because you ride your bike or because you do a day skiing. A lot of this soreness has origins in inflammation. And, you know, if you think about how many people on a daily basis take some kind of Advil or ibuprofen or Tylenol to affect some soreness or swelling or anti-inflammatory, you know, this juice may be just as effective.
My name is Cindy Lazaro, and I'm 56 years old. I can actually turn my head full range of motion in my neck. I have not had to go to the chiropractor since I began drinking cherry juice in April. A drastic difference.
I can't tell people enough how much my life has changed since I started drinking this. I can go and do things, and I can sit on the floor and play with my grandson. I can sleep at night, and just one bottle a day, just every day, just really makes a difference in my life.
Based on anecdotal reports of improved sleep, CherryPharm sought out experts to perform yet another clinical study, this time in individuals with insomnia.
Okay, and what we'd like you to do now is simply take a couple breaths.
Dr. Wilfred Pidgeon is the director of the Sleep and Neurophysiology Lab at the University of Rochester Medical Center.
So the findings of the study were that there actually were some significant improvements when the subjects were drinking cherry juice, and there were no improvements when they were on the placebo. I haven't been able to find any other food that's been shown to improve sleep in folks with insomnia.
And unlike prescription and over-the-counter medications, CherryPharm is all natural, so there are no harmful side effects.
My name's Chris Johnson. I'm a physical therapist at the Nicholas Institute of Sports Medicine and Athletic Trauma. I was a skeptic only until I started drinking the CherryPharm. Once I started drinking it, I mean, that night I slept like a baby.
I'm sleeping much better.
I can testify to that.
I'm sleeping longer through the night and 4 hours in a row.
So what could be better than an all-natural juice that can help you feel less sore from exercise and improve sleep? How about that same juice reducing oxidative stress and fighting free radicals?
Oxidative stress is implicated in all of these conditions because in a way it's destruction of cells and cell membranes.
We have evidence that not one, that CherryPharm increases your antioxidant defenses, and two, that those defenses are effective at preventing oxidative stress.
Each serving of CherryPharm contains over 13,000 ORAC units, which is 70% higher than the leading pomegranate juice.
It's so good, even the research scientists drink it.
I drink CherryPharm every day, and I have my kids drink CherryPharm every day.
My husband and I drink it on a daily basis, and we have seen the effects ourselves, and that's what is so satisfying to me as a scientist, to really see a product that really works and that it is all natural.
I do drink it every day when I get to work, and I exercise, and I have done my first 2 triathlons this summer, and I was able to train for those without a lot of muscle soreness.
And it tastes great too.
I would say it tastes like a cherry pie. So it's delicious.
So whether you are an elite athlete or a weekend warrior, young or old, the results speak for themselves.
By allowing your body to recover more quickly and more effectively, you're able to train at a slightly higher intensity more consistently. The benefits of recovery and pre-recovery far outweigh any other benefits to training harder, per se. So that's I think one of the biggest benefits of CherryPharm.
What else could you possibly ask for in a juice?
I found that by happenstance, when I was drinking the juice, I was tending to have less breakouts.
CherryPharm, clinically proven like no other juice in the world. But don't just take our word for it. Try it for yourself. Feel it to believe it.